Joseph Glidden was born in Charlestown, New Hampshire. He later moved to New York to a place called Clarendon with his family. In 1842, at the age of 29, he decided to leave New York with his brother Josiah with only a threshing machine. He ended up in Ogle County, Illinois. Later that year, Joseph decided to buy a farm in DeKalb County from his cousin Russell Huntley. His wife Clarissa died from giving birth in June of 1843, and the infant died a few months later. He then marries a woman named Lucinda Warren in 1851. They had a child named Elva Glidden. Later that year, he was elected sheriff of DeKalb County at the age of 59. Joseph attended a county fair in DeKalb, Illinois, where he first got introduced to the idea of wire fences. He saw a smooth wire fence. He first tested out his ideas of barbed wire in his wife Lucinda's garden with a demonstration of a wooden rail with sharp nails protruding along its sides, hanging inside a couple pieces of wire and some pins. This led him to invent and patent in 1874 a successful barbed wire. At the same time, there was a man named Isaac Elwood who unsuccessfully in creating his own barbed wire. So Glidden sold Isaac Elwood half interest in his barbed wire patent for $265. On November 24, 1874, Joseph Glidden was awarded a patent on his own creation known as the Winner. He then went on with his partner Elwood and established the Barbed Wire Fence Company. In their first year of business, the fence company produced 10,000 pounds of barbed wire, and by 1875 they produced more than 600,000 pounds. Glidden went on in 1876 to sell the other half interest of his patent to Washburn and Mohn Manufacturing Company of Worcester, Massachusetts. He received $60,000. Since Glidden's patent was so successful, it's sparked off more than 570 barbed wire patents, none of which were as successful as his. In late 1898, he gave 60 acres of his homestead to set up a school called the Northern Illinois Normal School. The school opened in September 12, 1898, with 139 students and 60 members of the faculty. The school's name was changed to Northern Illinois University in 1957. Joseph Glidden's invention of barbed wire made building fences a lot cheaper than their alternatives. These fences became very available in the late 19th century and made it affordable to fence in much larger areas. Barbed wire let homesteaders keep their livestock in, protect crops from being destroyed from their cattle, and protect water sources. It was also used for the first time during the Spanish-American War. It would be set up in front of trenches to prevent direct charges on the men in them, which led greater use of high-powered machine guns and grenades. His wire could be exposed to heavy fire because it was so easily replaced, and guns rarely destroyed it enough to destroy its purpose, although it was later conquered by the tank. The barbed wire was also used in Nazi Germany in the concentration camps. It surrounded the camps and was electrified to prevent any escape attempts. It was cheap, easy to install, and very deadly at the same time. Infirmaries and extermination camps, such as Auschwitz, where the prisoners were gassed or experimented on, were often separated from other areas by electric wire, and were often braided with branches to prevent outsiders from knowing what was going on behind their walls. Some uses for barbed wire today are agricultural fencing to keep cattle in, and is also used as wire gates. By the time of Joseph Farwell Glidden's death in 1906, he was the richest man in America. His assets were recorded over $1 million, and his invention of barbed wire forever changed the American West.